Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. Tonight, we're very fortunate and privileged to have with us in Dumaguete City, by the invite of our own mayor, Mayor Felipe Antonio Remollo. He's a native of Naga, Camarines Sur, and he's the Chief Presidential Legal Counsel of President Rodrigo Duterte. And he is no less than the Honorable Secretary Salvador San Buenaventura Panelo. Secretary Panelo, good evening and welcome to our program, Let's Talk with Dok Dinno.
Good evening, Dok Dinno. It's a pleasure and an honor to be a guest of your show and to be a guest of the city. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This is shown all over Negros Oriental, sir, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers are quite interested to know more about you, what you do for the president. You're a very close personal friend of the president, at the same time always with the president in day-to-day official functions. So, sir, I understand this is not just your first time in Dumaguete City, sir.
Yes, I've been coming here to fulfill a speaking engagement.
Oh, yeah.
Last time I was here was 2 years ago. I spoke in Siliman.
Okay.
University.
Yeah. I understand you were also invited before by the Negros Oriental State University to be their speaker in one of their functions there, sir.
Yes, I think so, yes.
Now, Mayor Felipe Remollo is so pleased to have you as his guest in the city on the occasion of its Rizal Day celebration. Can you tell us why, despite your busy schedule, sir, that you found time to grace us with your presence here in Dumaguete City, sir?
Well, for one, I make it a point as a member of the cabinet to respond to all the invitations given me, and that's part of the job, to articulate the policies of the president and whatever issues that are raised, then we have to expound, articulate on them.
Yeah. Now, sir, how do you find the Dumaguete City, especially under the leadership and stewardship of our mayor, Mayor Felipe Remollo?
Well, the first time I was here 2 years ago, after so many years, I noticed that the city is very clean, even now. When I went around, going to my hotel, it's really clean. It reminds me of Marikina City. It's known to be a clean city.
That's good to hear, sir. Yeah.
And number two, people here are very friendly. When I was here 2 years ago, even the tricycle driver showed me around, even him not knowing who I am.
Anyway, sir, yeah. Sir, madami ang curious na, sir, no? As Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, sir, what do you do exactly for President Duterte as his Chief Legal Counsel?
Marami, kasi since it involves law, so lahat ng mga problema ng gobyerno, of course, to the Office of the President, referred to me, sinasagot ng opisina ko. Apart from that, we also respond to all the letters that come in. We make it a point, regardless from where it came from, sinasagot namin lahat siya. At nire-refer namin at may action kagad.
So how do you...
We also send, yung mga sumusulat sa amin, pinapadalaan ko ng aking action o response para alam nila na meron akong ginawa. At saka yung sagot sa akin, pinapadala ko rin uli sa kanila.
So legally, sir, you basically represent, for legal aspect, the Office of the President. Because I understand, I don't know, sir, correct me if I'm wrong, the DOJ represents the government. No? But as far as your presidential legal counsel is concerned, basically the Office of President as a legal advisor there, sir.
Yes, kung merong mga, there are legal issues that are coursed through the office, then I respond. Kung merong gustong malaman ng presidente on a particular legal na medyo naging controversial, I will render an opinion. O kaya naman, yung mga departments, nagtatanong din. And palagi naman sinasagot. Kasama yun.
Now, sir, I remember, aside from being the presidential legal counsel, you were also the spokesperson for almost 2 years, no? For Malacanang and for the president. Now, how did you find this particular work distinguished from your present work right now?
Wala namang kaibahan actually, kasi as a practicing lawyer, di ba, mga controversial yung mga kaso ko noon. So, ordinary na yung media na, you'll be receiving all kinds of questions.
Correct.
And syempre, you have to reply to them. Kaya kung dinalo sa akin yung tatanungin, sasagutin ko.
Yes. I understand, sir, that even though you're not a spokesperson now for the president, you have your own TV show. I mean, there's a program that's you call Counterpoint, sir. And you're able
Yes.
to elaborate further yung mga concerns sa gobyerno. Is that correct, sir?
Yes. Yung aking counterpoint, every day yon. Mula alas 2 hanggang alas 3, 2 to 3 p.m. And it's aired over PTV4, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pero yung sa Facebook, araw-araw yon.
Wow. Okay.
Yung Tuesdays and Thursdays, nire-replay namin Saturday and Sunday. Kaya parang everyday pa rin.
Okay. Sir, how did you and many would like to know how did you and President Duterte got to know each other until leading to your work in Malacanang? How did this all started?
Well, I remember as lawyer for Unilab, I used to fly to Davao to file cases against errant salesmen. And he was a prosecutor then, but I did not meet him then. Although 10 years after we became friends, sinusumbatan niya ako na matagal niya na akong kilala. Pinapasok ko na yung opisina niya, pero hindi ko naman daw siya pinapansin. Kasi yung kaibigan ko doon, prosecutor, magkasama sila sa kwarto. Yung the late Judge Joe Lopez, parang sila piskal. Siya yung brat ko sa Sigmaro sa UP.
Okay.
So, natural lang yun na ang babatiin mo, initially, siyempre yung brat mo at saka umalis ka agad kami. Sabi niya sa akin after 10 years, sabi niya, alam mo ikaw, dati ka na ganyan, maporma ka na nun. Mayabang ka na nun, hindi ka namamansin. Tapos prior to that, yung sinasabi ko magkaibigan kami, kaya ako siya nakilala kasi hindi ba naging mayor na siya.
Yes, sir.
And then I was reading about him. I was impressed. First, marami ako narinig from about anong ginagawa niya. Pangalawa, yung natigil niya yung criminality ron. Tapos gumanda ang Davao. So one time when I went there, because my wife was a doctor of medicine, nagle-lecture. So sinamahan ko. Kasama ko yung 3-year-old ko na ngayon, doktor na rin. And then I was telling one of my friends there, sabi ko, ito bang mayor ninyo, kaibigan mo? Sabi niya, oo, kaibigan ko, personal yan. Pwede ba ako, dalhin mo ako sa kanya? Sabi niya, bakit? Bilib ako sa mayor ninyo eh. Hindi ko siyang makilala. At that time, I remember, I was handling the Calauan Mayor Sanchez case.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was still in UP Baños that time. Yeah.
Kaya yung kaso ngayon, di ba? Everyday nasa radio and TV. And then when we went there, I was surprised to see siguro mga 500 to almost 1,000 people lining up, waiting for him to come out his office or pumunta sa loob ng opisina. So I was telling my friend, si Bong Diaz, sabi ko, paano natin kakausapin? Sabi ko, ba't ang daming tao rito? Sabi niya, love ng tao yan eh. Bilib talaga ang tao niyan. Araw-araw ganito. So I was resigned na siguro mag-aantay kami mga 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Ang dami eh. Siyempre, unahin niya yung constituents. Sabi niya, hindi, punta tayo sa Secretary. So, binigay yung pangalan ko, binigay ko Sal Panelo. So, nagantay ako na. Matagalan to. Anyway, wala naman akong gagawin ako. Niantayin natin. But less than a minute, he came out. And then sabi niya sa akin, Atty. Panelo, I've been following your career. Sabi ko naman, no, Mayor, I've been following yours. Ayun. That started doon kami nag-umpisang dalawa. But nobody knew actually na we were friends. Kasi when I went to Davao, nagkikita lang kami sa gabi or sa lunch. So hindi kami nakikita publicly na magkasama o magkaibigan. Kaya marami nagulat na I was the first appointed member of the cabinet. Gulat sila, bakit yan? Kilala ba yan? But I lawyered for him, di ba? Nung presidential candidate siya. I handled the Trillanes case.
That's right.
Yan ang aming pagsasama kung paano kami nagkakilala.
But among all Malacanang posts, sir, why specifically the Chief Legal Counsel for the President?
Come again?
among all cabinet positions, sir, why specifically ang binigay sa iyo is Chief Legal Counsel? I mean, you could have been in other departments.
Yeah, actually, di ba, una-una, spokesman ako. Spokesman niya ako sa campaign.
Yeah.
And then, give me nga as spokesman. Kaya lang, yung media, certain segment of the media, di ba, binabanatan ako. Sabi niya, bakit nandiyan yan? Abogado yan ni yung Maguindanao Massacre. So, they were acting.
Yeah.
So, araw-araw, binabanatan ako ng isang sector ng media. Presidente, tinawagan ako. Sabi niya, alam mo, pamilya mo madadami nito. Ayaw kung nangyari yun. So sabi niya, dito ka na lang, Chief Presidential Legal Counsel ka na lang. Para malayo kita sa ingay nitong mga kumukontra sa'yo. So, yun. But actually, gusto niya, kung ano-anong nasa isip niya, DOJ Secretary, pero
That's right.
ay, okay na sa akin. The only reason why pumayag ako, kasi I had a lucrative practice.
Yeah. Okay.
And alam ko, pag nasa gobyerno ka, walang kita. Kundi sahod na. Kaya lang I felt obligated. Baga, sabi niya, kinaladkan mo ko rito. Pagkatapos, iiwanan mo ko. Kaya, I really felt na obligasyon ko na samahan siya.
Yeah.
Dahil took me nga 10 years to persuade, convince, egg him. Binibuisit ko na nga. Nagmumura na nga. Ayaw niya na naman kong presidente.
Tell us the story how you were able to convince then Mayor Duterte to run as president, sir. I know niligawan mo masyado siya before to really run as president. Tell us that story, sir.
Kasi unang-una, alam naman natin ang kanyang reputasyon bilang mayor, di ba? Yeah. May political will siya. And during our friendship, yun ang palagi na pag-uusapan namin.
Yeah.
The failures of all the presidents that came before him. So alam na namin kung anong dapat gawin sa Pilipinas kung in the event na makakuha ng kapangyarihan. Siya naiisip ko na pwede lang gumawa nun. Kaya I went around the country then for 2 years telling the people that what we need is a strong man elected by the people subsequent to a revision of the Constitution. My advocacy then was to amend the Constitution. Ang naging problema kasi natin, yung Presidente, yung Congress, Judiciary, palagi nagbabanggaan yun eh. Kaya hindi tayo uulad eh. Palagi nagkokontrahan. Tapos, pag natatapos ang term ng isang Presidente, ang gagawin na naman ng sumunod na Presidente, sinisira niya. Ayaw niya.
Yeah.
Ayaw niya. Bakit dahil panatilihin yung ganda. So sabi ko, kailangan siguro, yamin natin ang Constitution, bigyan natin itong Presidente natin ng 15 years para continuous ang gagawin niya. Pangalawa, sabi ko, let's abolish Congress muna. Bigyan natin yung legislative power sa kanya. Well, yun ang aking advocacy for 2 years until I was invited by the Rotary Club of Makati. And after speech ako doon, sinabi ko kung bakit. Sabi niya, maganda yung iniisip mo, kaya lang, sino? Sino? Sabi niya. Sabi ko kahit sino, importante dyan. Concept ito, this is a concept. Sabi niya, hindi. You conceive that concept, you tell us, who do you have in mind? Yeah. So nung sinabi ko, si Rodrigo Duterte ng Davao City, alam mo, nagtayuan, marami sa kanila, nagpalakpak ba? Sabi ko, okay ha. mukhang okay pala si Mayor Duterte. So that started it. But 3 days after na nilabas ko yon sa media, matawag na yung mama. PI, sabi niya, ano naman kabalba? Ano ito kabalba? Gusto mo ako maging presidente, diktador pa. Sabi ko, hayaan mo na ako. Hindi mo naman na rin ako mapipigilan eh. Yeah. So, yun. I started that until there was a groundswell hanggang marami na sumama. Ayun. In fact, sayang, hindi ko dala yung sabi niya nga, ito lang si Sal Panelo. Documented yung advocacy niya. Kasi meron akong series of articles eh. Yung the last 1 year and a half, nung kampanya nung ayaw niyang tumakbo. Hindi ba, remember when he was asked, are you running or not?
That's right, sir.
Sabi niya, no, I'm not running.
Right.
So you know what I did? One time, bisita siya ni Boy, sino nga yun? Yung isa pang artista na gay, si,
Boy Bonda?
Hindi, sa showbiz. Si, yung palagi iba-ibang buhok niya, yung meron siyang regular show. What's his name now?
Ignacio?
Sino?
Si Ignacio, sir.
Hindi. Dalawa lang naman yung sikat na yun. Si Boy Abunda sa yung isa, yung si...
Si Vice Ganda, sir.
Yeah, si Vice Ganda. May taping sila. May appointment ako sa kanya sa isang restaurant. And then, palagi niyang tinanong naman siya, no, I'm not running. Every time, kahit si Karin David na, no, I'm not running. So gumawa ako ng article. I started writing an article about him. Sabi ko, ang title ko, yung sa opinion, it's a weekly newspaper. Sabi ko, no is yes. So sabi ko, this man keeps on saying he's not running, and yet look at his body language. He has told us what he would do if he becomes president. So this man is running, and he will run, and he will win. Landslide. Pagkita after that, hindi nga siya tumakbo. Hindi siya tumakbo. Gawa naman ako ng article, siya na naman mukha. Sabi ko naman, run, Duterte, run. Ayaw pa rin. So, kasi di ba, October hindi siya nag-file. December, medyo malayo pa. October, November, December. In between that, gumawa na ako ng article, sabi ko, parang the Duterte legacy continues, parang gano'n. And then the fourth, nung nagalit siya, remember the Presidential Electoral Tribunal issued a decision allowing Grace po to run?
That's right, sir.
Nung mabasa ko, galit na galit ako as a lawyer. So I issued a statement. Nung tinawagan ko siya, sabi niya, tayo, sabi niya. Tapos nagmura siya. Sabi niya, I'm running, win or lose because they're fucking with the Constitution. Ayun. So gawa na naman ako. Sabi ko dun sa article ko, siya naman ang cover. F, that was hyphen, UCK, walang U, CK, the Constitution.
Yeah.
And then, I think 2 months before, mga March yata yung, basta 2 months before the election, nag-prophesy na ako. Sabi ko, Duterte presidency looms. Presidente nito ako. Ayun, nangyari na yan. Kaya alam mo, pag yan sa cabinet meeting, di ba, kung minsan, mabalitaan nyo na nagre-resign.
Yeah.
Nanginis siya. Yung parang frustrated siya. Pag nagagalit na yan, nagtatago na ako. Kasi baka maalala, itong culprit Kaganda na buhay ko In-retirement na ako Kung bakit nandito pa ako. Ayan ang story na.
Anyway, Secretary, you have worked up close and personal almost on a daily basis with President Duterte, for the for the understanding of our viewers, Kindly describe to us President Duterte first as a boss and as a personal friend. How is he?
Una, hindi totoo yun na nag-uusap kami mula nung ako yung naging spokesman niya o naging chief presidential legal counsel. Bira actually, akala nga nila dahil yung sinasagot ko yung mga pinapaliwanag ko yung mga sinasabi. Akala nila nag-uusap. Hindi, kasi nga 35 years na kayo magkasama, di alam niyo na kung ano yung ibig niya sabihin, di ba? So hindi kami talaga nag-uusap. Nagkakaintindihan na lang kami. Kakatingin na kami, alam na namin kung ano sasabihin. Pero kung meron siyang mga importanteng gustong tanong, nagbibigay ako ng opinion. Ganun ang relasyon na.
Yeah. Sir, let's go back, And I understand that you were a student activist during your younger days, What were you advocating at that time para malaman ng viewers natin? And what were these issues and were these issues addressed today?
Well, pareho rin ng mga komunista ngayon. Kami yun. Kami yung mga nauna. Yeah. Sa UP, ganun kami. Siyempre, gusto namin radical reforms. Gusto namin tanggalin ang Kongreso. Kasi yun namang reklamo palagi. Same naman
Yeah.
Wala naman na bago sa problema ng bansa. Poverty, corruption, criminality. Nadagdagan ang illegal drugs, saka yung terrorism. But most of that, talaga naman ever since ganyan. Kaya yung mga aktivista radical kami yun. Pero wala naman nakita kaming pagbabago. Gusto nga namin revolusyon Pero look at them, 52 years na, wala rin nangyayari. Kasi nag-self-destruct. So, sabi ko, iba naman since hindi yan successful, iba naman ang gawin natin. Samahan natin, tulungan natin ang gobyerno. Kaya ako sumali sa gobyerno.
Yeah. Sir, I remember in 1992, you ran for a Senate seat, no? under the KBL. What prompted you to do so, sir, and run for Senate?
Pinakiusapan ako ni First Lady na tumakbo. Ako naman, ako kasi iba naman yung aking pagtakbo. Ang palaging, every campaign speech that I had before, palaging spirituality. Kasi paniniwala ko talaga. We need a spiritual government run by spiritual people. So palaging sinasabi ko na we want to change society and then we have to change ourselves. Palagi yun ang linya ko eh. So I was actually running to make an advocacy na meron akong audience na captive. Kasi kung sasabihin mo yan, para kang si Raul, pagtatawa lang ka. Pero pag kandidato ka, makikinig sila sa'yo. Ginamit ko lang yun as medium.
Yeah. Sir, if not politics, now, what are your, let's be more prospective now. What are your immediate plans after the President Duterte's term, sir?
Well, right now, pareho nung ginawa ko kay Presidente, I created the conditions for him to run. So I'm toying with the idea, and I launched it 2 months ago in my counterpoint. Although 2 years earlier, o 3 years pa nga, inumpisahan ko na yung kay Mayor Sana, tumakbo siyang Presidente.
Okay.
Pero ngayon, ginawa ko ng tandem. And mukhang it's gaining a groundswell. So, lahat ng mga nakakausap ko, positive ang reaction. Even mga local officials, wherever I go. Ngayon, madalas akong umikot kasi ang dami nag-iimbita sa akin. At yun ang gusto nilang topic, i-discuss ko yung Duterte pattern.
Anyway, sir.
So yan ang ginagawa ko, apart from my work.
Yeah. Now let's go with your private practice before, sir. As a lawyer, you were not afraid to handle prominent, handling cases involving prominent personalities. And as a defense lawyer at that, now in handling these high-profile cases with full media coverage and with, where there's strong public opinion against it, which is sometimes misplaced, how do you handle the pressure?
Ang palagi kong sinasabi, every time, why are you handling this case? Sabi ko, there is a public judgment on this particular case. The client has been rendered guilty. And kami mga abogado, precisely we have taken an oath to defend any client that comes to you, regardless of your own personal belief, whether he's guilty or not. Kailangan objective ka eh. Kaya nga sinasabi, these lawyers are liars. Sabi ko, no, we lawyers are not liars. Our clients are. They lie to us. And we believe them kasi sino paniniwala namin. Lumapit ka sa akin, yun ang kwento mo.
Yeah.
Kaya lang, for instance, if I discover na nagsinungaling ka sa akin, iiwanan kita.
Wow. Okay.
Ngayon, ang palaging sinasabi ko sa mga tao, ba't mo inaawakan? Sabi ko, you will only appreciate me pag kayo na yung may kaso. Kasi walang gustong magtanggol sa inyo. Like yung Sanchez case, no lawyer wanted, even his own lawyer did not touch that case. Ako lang ang umarap doon. After 3 months, saka lang sila nagpuntahan na. Pero ako lang ang abogado doon.
Sir, on the family side, I understand that you are a doting grandfather, and how is it being a grandfather, sir?
Una, maybe you haven't heard about. I had a special child, si Carlo, 27-year-old, na 3 years he passed away.
Wow.
Yung batang yon, mula nung pinanganak yan, siya ang katabi ko sa kama hanggang he passed away. Siya ang katabi ko. Hindi yung asawa ko ang katabi ko. And sabi nga nila, he was the apple of my eye. Kasi nung I was lawyering for Imelda Marcos at the time sa New York. Nung pinanganak niya. And my wife, Dr. Shelly, was crying. Sabi ko, ba't ka umiiyak? Sabi niya, yung anak natin is special child. Sabi ko, bakit? Sabi niya, may Down syndrome. Sabi ko, ba't ka umiiyak? Sabi ko, hindi ba dapat matuwa tayo kasi meron tayong anghel dito sa balat ng lupa bago tayo pumunta sa langit. That response of mine, I think, changed her outlook. Nabago lahat. Ayan, Carlo yan, mas kilala yan sa lahat ng mga anak ko siya kasi palagi ko siya kasama. Kahit nung inumpisan ko yung pagsuot ng t-shirt na Duterte Run, actually yung t-shirt na yon, I started wearing that 7 years bago magkampanyahan. Kaya doon sa Green Hills, pagkasama ko siya, sabi nga yung mga nakakalala, parang si Raul na si Panelo, so yan, Duterte, 7 years ago pa. Kasi I wanted na talaga, gusto ko talaga siya maging presidente. So, doon nag-start yung, mahilig talaga ako sa bata. At saka, yung anak namin na yun, napaka-lovable yun. 3 presidente na binulyawan nun. Tsaka yun, merong style yun. Iniwala ka, pagpapasok kami sa elevator. Pasok kami sa elevator. Tapos may papasok din na iba. Pag magagandang babae, wala kaming problema. Kasi sabihin niya, hi, love you. May flying kiss pa siya. Ang problema ko, hindi maganda. Ang sasabihin niya, pangit. Oh my God. Sabi, Carlo, alam mo sagot niya, pangit eh. Oh my, lalo na. Yun, kaya yung bata yun, matindi. Panta sa kanya yung kahit isang saglit. Kahit isang saglit. Kinanta ni Martin Gibera. When I sing that, talagang napapaluwa ako.
Wow.
Kasi audience sa papaluwa na rin.
Wow.
Tapos itong, since wala na ako ng baby, eto na ngayon yung mga anak ng abogado ko, anak ko, Chingay, ang mga nagiging baby ko. Kasi meron din ako inampun na tatlong pamangkin eh. My sister died of cancer, and while my sister was dying, we cabled the husband to come home. You know, my brother-in-law came home, he died on the way. Can you imagine that?
Oh my God.
He died on the way, bangkay siyang, so we had to keep that from my sister for 3 days. Doon ako unang lumungan. Hindi ako lumulungan sa buong buhay ko. Kasi nung binaba yung bangkay niya doon sa hantungan niya, my sister, naka-stretch yan. Kasi nag-metastasize na yung cancer niya. And then, may naiwan siyang 3 bata, 5, 7, and 9 years old. And somehow, ayaw niya pang mamatay until the doctor told me, sabi niya, something is holding her. So I asked her, sabi ko, Nena, hirap na hirap ka na. Kasi nag-metastasize na sa lahat, pati bone, may sakit nun. Sabi niya, paano mga anak ko? Sabi ko naman, ikaw naman 11 kaming kapatid mo. Kasi 12 kami eh. There are 12 of us eh. 8 boys and 4 girls. Sabi ko, why worry about that? We'll take care of your children. Sabi niya, huh? Don't separate them? Paghihiwalayin niyo? Yung pala ang pumipigil sa kanya. So, immediately, sabi ko, yun lang problema mo. Ako na ang tatay nila.
Wow.
So, binata pa ako, I adopted them as my own. 5, 7, and 9. Lahat yan, napag-aral ko sa UP and all.
Wow.
Hindi muna kami nag-anak ni Dr. Panelo for 5, 6 years. Kasi meron kami 3. 3 kami ng anak eh. After that, nung malalaki na, pwede na. Ito, dumating na yung Chingay ko, si Paolo ko, and then yung matay ko nga ng Carlo, and then yung doktor ko nga.
Good for you, sir.
Kaya yung lahat ng gusto ko sa mga bata, napupunta lang sa mga apo.
Now, sir, amidst this pandemics or this COVID-19, can you share your words of encouragement and inspiration to our frontliners and our local government workers, sir?
Alam po niyo yung pandemic, ang posisyon ko dyan iba eh. Kasi initially, di ba, maraming ayaw ng lockdown. Sabi ko noon, bakit ayaw nyo? Kasi nga yung economy babagsak. Oo nga, economy babagsak, pero paano kung mamatay tayo lahat? Di wala tayo economy pag-usapan. Kailan mag-lockdown na muna tayo? Kaya hindi nagkaroon ng lockdown. Ito naman mga oposisyon eh. Sala sa lamig, sala sa init. Nung hindi nagla-lockdown, nagagalit. Nung mag-lockdown naman, bakit nag-lockdown? Anyway, Me, gusto ko nang bumalik sa normal. Pero on two conditions. Number one, we will have to observe the minimum requirements of wearing face masks, wearing face shields, washing the hands for 20 seconds, and then observing the social distance. And number two, which is very important, our health system has absorbed yung mga kaso. Kaya nga marami tayong mga quarantine centers, isolation centers, mga hospital, dinadami na ng mga doktor. Otherwise, kung matatakot tayo dito, hindi na tayo we will be forever hostage. Ngayon, nagkaroon na naman ng problema, variant. May variant, di ba? Medyo ang gobyerno, nayanig na naman. Ako, ang posisyon ko dyan, sabi ko, paano ba magtatransmit yung bagong variant na? Ganon din. So, ganon din ang response natin dyan. The same minimum health protocols. So, huwag tayo matakot dyan. Gawin natin yung pero tuloy natin ang buhay natin. Kaya sa tingin ko po, sa mga nakikinig sa atin, nanonood, Dok Dinno, the message should be, we are the ones creating the transmission. So if we're the ones creating the transmission, we can stop it. Di ba? How? Simple. Yun lang ang just observing the minimum health protocols. We can stop that. Kasi kung naingat tayo, paano magta-transfer yung virus o yung variant o whatever variants you have? Wala yan. Talo natin.
That's right. Well said, sir. Now, sir, since your invitation is for the Rizal Day, could you share to our viewers some of your thoughts on the Rizal Day celebration, sir?
Ako kasi, ever since talaga si Rizal, I was impressed with his genius. Saka yung kanyang dedication, giving his own life. Kaya lang, we have to make him relevant. Bakit ba siya, why did he become a great man, a hero, thinking of his countrymen? Because of the abuses committed against our countrymen. Yun, Spanish abuses yun, di ba? Pero if you will expand that and apply it to the present day situation, nandiyan pa rin ang abuses eh. Ano ba yung abuses? Ano ba tawag mo doon sa poverty? Ano ba tawag mo sa criminality? Ano tawag mo doon sa corruption, sa terrorism? Lahat yan. Abuso lahat yan eh. So, kailangan si Rizal maging model natin. Nagayahin natin siya, pero i-update natin. I-apply natin sa modern situation. So we should be encouraged and be inspired by his work.
Yeah.
As a doctor, as a man, yung talagang ang buhay niya para sa tao, yun din ang gawin natin. Because if we can stop all this, problema ng bansa, di para rin tayo mga Rizal na nagmamahal sa bayan natin.
Wow. Well said, sir. Sir, finally, your final thoughts and message for the people of Dumaguete and Negros Oriental for the new year 2021, sir.
Alam po ninyo, ang aking palaging sinasabi sa mga kababayan natin, pagkatiwalaan niyo po si Presidente Rodrigo Duterte. Bihirang-bihira na magkaroon tayo ng ganitong presidente na hindi niya alintana, he couldn't care less whether he will lose his life, whether he will lose his position, he will get sick in the process. Isa lang ang palagi nasa isip niya. Serve and protect the people because that is what the Constitution says. Sabi ko sa Constitution, the primary purpose of a government is serving and protecting the people. So since he's the head of the government, inabsorb niya yun. Sabi niya, ito ang aking magiging tungkulin. Kaya lahat ng galaw ko palaging dito, ito lang ang aking basis. So in fact, I was telling him, you can do anything you want. That is the constitutional basis of whatever you want to do. Pasok lahat yan. O yan. Sabi nga ni Presidente, alam mo, ang aking obsession lang naman talaga. Pag natapos yung presidency ko, kahit na hindi ko muna at least I planted the seeds, magkaroon tayo ng mapayapa at komportabling buhay yung bawat mga Pilipino, lalo-lalo na yung mga hirap. In other words, this is a president na may malasakit na, matapang pa, may political will. Pag sinabi nila, nagmumura. Alam nyo, kaya si Presidente nanalo. Kaya si Presidente hanggang ngayon, merong rating ng 91. Ang sinasabi nga ng isang BBC commentator, stratospheric, astronomical, na the heads of state can only dream of that kind of rating 91. Why? Bakit? Bakit overwhelming? Why? Because the president identifies himself with the masses. Why? Because he came from there. And the masses identified themselves with him. So there has been a melting of the Duterte and the masses. Naging isa yun. Kaya palagi siyang gusto ng tao.
Yes.
Yun ang katotohanan niya.
Secretary Panelo, sir, maraming salamat for being my guest tonight. Maraming salamat for answering the invite of our mayor to be our Rizal Day speaker. Thank you for being here again in Dumaguete City, and I'm pretty sure this is not just the last of your return here, but definitely there will be other occasions you'll be here again, and I'll be glad to again sit down with you and interview again, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, I should be the one thanking you. Thank you for having me, Dok Dinno. And it's not only a pleasure, it's an honor to be a guest of your program in this city. And I thank Mayor Ping or Ipe Remollo for inviting me here. Mukhang madalalasang punta ko rito. I'm really impressed with the city. Napakalinis, mabait ng mga tao. Yan ang palaging hinahanap-hanap ko. So marami pong salamat sa inyo.
Quick question. I'll put you on the spot. Any political aspirations 2022, sir?
Well, as I always say, que sera, sera. What will be, will be.
Okay.
Ganun din sinasabi ko kay Presidente. Dahil nung tanggi siya ng tanggi, alam mo, if the gods of destiny place you there, you have no other recourse but to respond to the call of the gods.
Wow. Wow. That's our show for tonight. I'm very honored to have with us Secretary Salvador Panelo, the Presidential Chief Legal Counsel of President Duterte. And that's our show for tonight. And I'm Dok Dinno. Be well.